Hey everybody, welcome to our Wednesday night call. This is Comp Plan 101 plus placements and how to maximize the compensation plan. This is like one of my favorite calls to do. I'm really excited. And I've asked a few people that are on the call to, and Judy, this applies to you, Jackie, you too, jump in. If you don't understand something, if something doesn't make sense to you, or you get a lot of questions about it from other people, just jump in and ask, and let's make this call a valuable tool for people so that they're able to watch and really understand. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I created a PowerPoint for us. And it is right here. So the Isagenix compensation plan. First of all, I am Dawn Cermak. I am an executive wealth coach or an international business and success coach, depending on the day. Also Isagenix Millionaire 205. So if people tell you network marketing doesn't work, I'm here to prove them wrong. And so I'm an 8-star golden, 5-star executive. Later in this presentation, you'll see what 8-star golden means. I've won some awards, and I'm also the contributing author of a book called Mom and Dadpreneurs, which is what we are, or what we aspire to be, right? So this is my why. My family is everything to me. Over in the corner up here, if you can see, those are my kids, and a couple of them with their significant others on vacation in Dominican Republic this summer. Right here, this is my entire family. Not too many families can spell out Family Beach Week and still have a whole line in the back row left over. So it's a lot of fun. My family's amazing. Down here was one of the best vacations ever. In fact, I'm not sure we're ever going to live up to it. My daughter keeps saying this was last year. Robin and I, and Mike, who's on the call actually, and 3 other team members all won a trip to Maui for what I think is the best event of the year. It's called Top Achievers with Isagenix, and I've been every year for the last 8 years. This was Maui, amazing resort in Grand Wailea, and we took our kids with us. It was a fantastic adventure. And right here, this is me and my Maisie in London. So that's my why. And my question to you is, are you living your ideal life? Think about it. Are you living the life you thought you would be living? Or is the constant stress of having massive debt affecting you, your health, and your relationships? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Do you worry every time you're going to the doctor how much it's going to cost? Do you have enough time with your kids? Do you have enough time and money for fun and adventures? Do you have a safety net if you lose your job or get furloughed? Are you on track with funding your retirement? Are you worried about paying your kids' college tuition? Really, are you really living your ideal life? Because if you're not, this is the call to be on. So, how motivated are you to change your situation? If any of those questions on the previous screen resonated with you, living paycheck to paycheck, not having a safety net, not having enough money for your kids' college fund or your retirement, how motivated are you to change your situation? A little? 1 foot in and 1 foot out? Or 2 feet in? So, how do you build this business? What is this compensation plan, and how do you maximize it and have it start generating cash for you and your family? So the first thing you got to know is this is about sharing. Sharing this gift that somebody had the courage and generosity to share with you. I get people all the time that say, oh, I could never do Isagenix because I'm not a salesperson. Well, guess what? I'm not a salesperson either. And then I ask them the question. I say, well, when somebody shared this solution with you, when they shared this gift with you, did you feel sold to? And they say, oh no, I'm so grateful to the person that told me about it. But somehow we don't make that transition. We're grateful to our sponsor for having given us this gift that's changed and impacted our lives so amazingly. Somewhere in here, and it's all we're stuck. We can't turn around and see that we're sharing a gift. We turn around and get hung up on we're selling, right? We're sharing a gift. People need solutions, and people have dreams that they're trying to fund. So when you do start sharing Isagenix and you do start generating income, you'll be issued a card through IsaWallet. It's a little prepaid debit card, and you'll get it within the first 2 weeks of earning your first referral or cycle. And hang on to the card. I've had so many people throw it away thinking it was like a trial credit card. That card has money on it. Keep it, and money's gonna be loaded on it every Monday. Monday's my favorite day of the week. I wake up and I go, woo, let's see how last week went. Or actually, we're paid 1 week in arrears, so it's the week before. And the money gets loaded automatically onto my card. Now, some people keep that card and they use it for a great vacation. Some people keep that card as their emergency fund. I actually transfer the money every week because that's what I live on, is the money that comes down on that card. So 5 ways to make money with Isagenix. There's actually 6, but these are the main 5. You can also, I'll get rid of the first one right away. You actually can sell Isagenix retail. People can go to your site. You have a website. Everybody who has an account has a website. Everybody who's an associate with an account has a website. And if people go to your account, they can actually purchase retail. So that's actually one way, but it doesn't happen very often. So the first way to get paid is with product introduction bonuses. So those are when, for example, you enroll someone with a qualifying pack. Like the most common would be with a 30-day kit, right? Or a premium pack or a value pack. Those are the ones we enroll with the most. So if you enroll someone with a 30-day kit, that product introduction bonus is $25. And we'll talk about how you can double that a little bit later in the call. The next way you get paid is rank advancement bonuses. So as your team grows, as you move up in rank, as you create more consultants, we'll see in a minute, you get bonuses all along the way. Significant bonuses, up to $10,000 in bonuses. Just the rank advancement bonuses alone, up to $10,000. The next thing, and this is the bread and butter of the compensation plan, these are cycles. And cycles, essentially, what they come down to is 6% of all of the volume that's flowing up to you, flowing up to your spot. And the volume comes from people that not only you have enrolled, but possibly people that others have enrolled, either people that you've brought in, or sometimes if you're really lucky, you'll see on one of the screens coming up, you might have an upline sponsor that's putting people under you that you're getting paid on as well. So those are called team bonuses or cycles. This is actually my favorite. No, actually number 5 is my favorite. Number 4 is close to my favorite. When you hit executive, when you get to the point that you're an executive, you actually earn 10% of all of the cycles of all of your personally enrolled consultants. So if you have somebody who strikes it rich, really gets going and starts generating a lot of cycles, you get paid 10% of that on top of everything else. It's incredible. And the last one, the promotions, that's my favorite. My favorite promotion is the leadership pools, and anybody can tell you I love coaching it, and I love helping people make a ton of money in the leadership pools. It is, once you get there and once you figure out how to do it, it's the easiest money in the company. So product introduction bonuses. We talked about these a couple minutes ago. Here are 3 of the most popular packs. And a lot of people enroll with these packs. These are full systems. This is like everything somebody needs to get started, full on. If they're ready to make a change, if they're ready to go for it, if they have, a weight loss goal they're trying to hit, maybe they have a wedding dress they're trying to fit into, maybe it's a high school reunion coming up. These are all weight loss packs. The 30-day getting started pack comes with a $25 PIB or product introduction bonus. The premium pack, that is the 30-day kit plus some other elements, has a $50 PIB. And the value pack up in the corner up here, which is my favorite pack for sure, has a $100 PIB. Now watch this, $100 product introduction bonus when you bring somebody on with one of these packs. Now, double product introduction bonus or double PIBs happens when, so here you see the example. Somebody enrolled somebody with a value pack right here on a Wednesday. They enrolled one person in the week with a value pack. So over to the right, you see they got $100 in PIBs, 100 times one enrollment. So one enrollment in the week, they got $200. Now, this other person enrolled somebody with a value pack on a Tuesday and somebody with a value pack on a Saturday. Well, they got $200 in double PIBs times 2 enrollments, because they got 2 enrollments with qualifying packs within the same commission week. So that 2 people turned into $400. Those 2 PIBs turned into double PIBs and $400. So very powerful. I just got a question this morning. Somebody was saying, hey, does something happen if I get somebody else this same week? I said, you betcha, because she enrolled her first person with a premium pack. I said, don't watch that PIB double. The other so that was the pack option, and a lot of us enroll with packs. A lot of us talk to people and, you know, we say, listen, you are already spending money every month on protein shakes, on probiotics, on energy drinks, on meal replacement bars, on coffee, on metabolism boosters, on vitamins and supplements, on gym workouts, supplements. I mean, you're already spending this money every single month in all these different places, at GNC and at the grocery store and, you know, all over the place. So why not take that spending, bring it over to Isagenix, buy higher quality products, and get paid, get reimbursed, right? Get a rebate on everything that you buy. Because that's essentially what happens. You set up an account, you redirect your spending over here to Isagenix, things that you're already buying. Think about it and look at this list. Because if you're on this call and you've just gotten started and you're not really sure how it works, look at that list and think about what you could be buying in Isagenix that would replace what you're buying somewhere else. And then you're getting a rebate. Again, you're getting paid to shop your own account. And then it's really easy to show others how to do the same thing. So kind of 2 different schools of thought, but either one works when you're looking at the compensation plan. So here, you are enrolled as an associate, right? Everybody may or may not have recognized this screen, but here's Eileen. She's enrolled as an associate. She just enrolled with a 100 BV order. So she found some things to buy at the store, because with a 100 BV order, she didn't buy a pack. So she found some things to buy she set up her store, found some things to buy, and now she's got her spot. She's an associate. Then you enroll, one on your left over here and one on your right. Those 2 people both have 100 BV orders. And as soon as you do that, one person on your left with a 100 BV order and one person on your right with a 100 BV order. Again, one on your left. Oh, this is showing you. So as you do it the first time, let me back up. First time you do this, you become a consultant. Okay? So if you become a consultant, you get $50. Except right now, we've got the Fast Start consultant program running, and we got a special promo running. You don't get $50, you get $150. Just by simply putting one person on your right and one person on your left. So then you do it again, right? One person on your left, one person on your right, one on your left. So this is how you do it. You stagger it. One on your left, one on your right, one on your left, one on your right. See? And you always stay on the outside. You never go. You see this spot here? You never go on these inside spots. You always go to your outside left, the easiest outside left. The easiest way to do it is just click this bottom left button. It will take you right to the bottom, and you always go to the outside. See how down here where it says sponsor new associate in this spot? This is one of the most common mistakes people make. What I would advise you to do when you have your first enrollments or even your third or your fourth, call your sponsor and just double check and make sure that you're putting the person in the right spot. Or call and say, I just enrolled somebody, can you just check and make sure I put them in the right spot? Because if you don't put them in the right spot and you don't catch it, they're stuck in a bad spot. You don't want it to happen. So just have somebody double check your work when you first start out, make sure you're doing it right. Always to the outside. Your team begins to grow as you or others begin to enroll new associates. Oh, look, did you see what just happened? It's like magic. So here Eileen was, here you are at the top, right? And then all of a sudden, David, who was enrolled down here, enrolled Suzanne, enrolled Joe, Patty, And then over here, Madonna Registrado enrolled Anita Hapshe, enrolled Sarah Ciccarella. Do you see? Like those people are now enrolling on their bottom left and their bottom right. And your team is, your tree is starting to populate. It's really fun. So here's something that's really confusing, but it's easy if you think about it this way. BV, we talk about BV all the time, 100 BV, 100 BV. BV is business volume. And it's a point value that's assigned to each commissionable product. So for example, the Funds for Life, 22 BV, right? The shakes, 27 BV. The Isoflush, I think 14 BV. Every product has a BV value, and it's approximately 2/3 of its cash price. So this Cleanse for Life is $32.99, right? $33. Its BV value is $22. So that's about 2/3, right? So that's what BV is, just the points for each product. PV is personal volume. And you have to have 100 PV, personal volume, your own product purchases every 30 days to stay active in the compensation plan. Now, I'm going to give you a little secret. If you set up your auto ship to go out not every 30 days, but every 28 days, you actually get to count your own PV. Now, if that auto ship goes out on the 30th day, you don't get that PV. It doesn't count. It just counts as what you need, your qualifying volume for active status. But if you get it shipped out early, you get those points too. It's all about the points. It's all about the points because you can see right here. So here's an example of a cycle. And I know this is really confusing for people, and it doesn't need to be. So a cycle happens when 600 on one side meets 300 on the other side. Every time this happens, where you have 600 points on one side and 300 points on the other side, and they meet up, they create a cycle. $54 is what a cycle is worth. So you see here, let's say the U is me, right? I enrolled somebody with a 300 BV order. That was probably a value pack. Then one of my team members above me or below me enrolled somebody with a 100 BV order. And then I came in and enrolled somebody with a 200 BV order. So my outside leg, you see down here, my outside leg now has 600 BV. And simultaneously or serially, whatever, over here on my right side, I enrolled somebody with a 100 BV order. I enrolled somebody with another 100 BV order, and then somebody on my team, either somebody below me or somebody above me, enrolled somebody with a 100 BV order. So now I have 600 on one side and 300 on the other side. They meet up, they create a cycle, and 900 BV and creates a cycle. And this happens automatically. The computer figures it out. It happens all day long. It happens all night long. You wake up in the morning, you've cycled. It's a beautiful thing, really. So, earning a cycle. Again, 200 PV here, 200 PV here, 200 PV here. These people are just making their auto ship orders. That's all that's happening right now. Is Catherine, Daniel, and Madonna all just ordered an auto ship of 200 PV. Then Steve placed an auto ship for 150 PV, and so did Michelle, right? And when that happened, 600 and 300 met up, and you earned a cycle. Woohoo! $54 doesn't sound like a lot of money, does it? It seems like, oh, whatever, $54. Well, $54 can start to add up, and I'll show you in a little bit the true value of $54. So in a lot of companies, you don't get to hold over your volume. Whatever, like at the end of the month, at the end of the week, or at the end of the month, everything gets flushed away. Well, that doesn't happen with Isagenix. Nothing gets flushed away. So here's an example. If you look at this example right here, this person had 1,000 BV on their left side. They had 400 BV on their right side. So the computer took 600 from one side and 300 from another side. As soon as that happened, they met up, 900 BV, they created a cycle, and then the leftover gets carried on and is waiting to create the next cycle. Does that make sense to everybody? Jill, Mike, does that make sense?
Yes, that definitely makes sense.
So it looks like there's a lot of comments in the chat box, and I can't see any of them because when you share your screen, you can't see them. So is there anything I need to address?
Sorry, no, you don't. You hit on everything. It's just as long as you have your 100 BV and you continue to share, you're never going to lose those points, that the business volume. So you hit on it perfectly.
Okay. And you know, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and she said, you know, I don't want to build the business. And I said, okay, that's okay. You don't have to build a business, but at least become an associate and order 100 BV a month, because you have 150 people under you that are all ordering product. And right now, because you're not an associate, you're not collecting all those points. You're leaving a lot of, you're losing points. You're leaving money on the table, because even if you don't want to do the business, there's no reason not to participate in this frequent flyer miles program, right? These are rewards points that you're eligible to collect. And all you have to do to bank them and collect them is place a 100 BV order once a month and be an associate. So stay active with 100 BV order, watch those points accumulate, and then when you're ready to, you can cash them in. And that doesn't, you know, that doesn't mean doing the business, doesn't mean you have to be doing home parties every week and, you know, you have a quota and somebody's pounding you about how many calls you made today. I mean, it's not like that, right? Our team's not like that. It's fun, and you can participate at whatever level you're comfortable. Now, and you're going to get the result, right? You're going to get the result of your actions, but, you know, do what's comfortable for you. Don't feel like doing the business is, and I encourage you to share that with others in your downline. Share it like it's frequent flyer miles, for goodness sake. People can wrap their head around that. So in this model, you see at the bottom here, hopefully you can see because the screen share keeps popping up and down. You can earn up to 200, we are limited, we're capped. You can only earn 250 cycles per week on your entire group volume. And don't laugh, because it happens every week. There's plenty of people in this company that are earning 250. I think Jimmy Smith in one business center earns 850 cycles a week. 850. He only gets paid on 250, but don't feel too sorry for him. he's I think his family, I heard a statistic lately that between him and all of the people in his family in Isagenix, they've made over 71 million. So 250 cycles is your cap for your group volume. But remember when I was talking about that executive match, the 10%? You can also earn up to 250 cycles in executive match. So your actual cap per week comes out to be about $25,000. But there really is no limit, because watch this. Platinum. When you reach the point where you're earning 250 cycles a week, and you've done it 3 different times. Now, they've changed this a little bit, but it's too confusing to explain it the other way. So let's just go with this. This is the way it was, and this is an easy way to explain it. Once you've earned 250 cycles, 3 weeks, 3 different times, then that's called maxing out your spot or going platinum, right? So then you apply to the company, and when they grant you your reentry position, I mean, this is when the magic is really, really happening, right? 250 cycles a week, you're making $12,500, I think is what 250, like $12,500, $13,000 a week. So that's your original spot down here that's maxed out and making $13,000 a week. Now you get a new spot called your reentry position or your next business center, and that gets created above your current spot. So watch this. Here's your current spot that you've built and worked really hard to build. Here's your new spot. All of this volume comes up here to this spot. You get paid, and then all that volume comes up here to the next spot, right? And so now, if you see over here, build your new team here and get paid twice, you're going to get paid twice on everything that's happening in that original spot. Isn't that cool? I think that blew me away. And it can happen again. I think there's people out there with 4 and 5 business vendors all stacked up. So they're making money on these original spots and their second spot like 3, 4, and 5 times. They're getting paid on the same orders. Insane. So cycle payouts, this is what it looks like. If you're making 1 cycle a week, right? 1 cycle a week. Everybody's like, oh, I only cycled 1 time. That's $2,800 a year just in the cycles. And that doesn't count product introduction bonuses. That doesn't count rank advancement bonuses. That doesn't count promotions. That doesn't count executive match. That's just your cycles. 1 cycle, $2,800. And look at the chart. Look down there. Annually. 30 cycles a week, $84,000 a year. 5 cycles a week. 5 cycles a week is $14,000 a year. And double that, 10 cycles a week, $28,000. That's a salary for a lot of people. $28,000 a year. And look at these numbers. 35 cycles a week, $98,000 a year. 40 cycles a week, $112,000 a year, all the way down to 250 cycles a week, max out, $702,000 annually. So, this is one of my favorite slides. I don't know if you can see that, this 93. Can you see the 93,000 up in the corner? I might, my little window might be blocking it, and I know.
Yes, yeah, we can see it perfectly.
So,
yep.
Great. So the capital required to generate annual income, we were just talking about annual income from Isagenix. So if you went a different route, you said, oh, you know, the business isn't for me. I can't sell. I can't sell anybody. So the other option to create residual income, right? To generate, it's not passive, we'll call it passive income. You would have to have $93,000 in the bank at 3% interest. And if you know where you can get 3% interest, tell me the name of the bank, because I'm taking my money there. 3% interest right now is unheard of. But let's just say you found the bank, the secure bank that's giving you 3% interest. You'd have to have almost $100,000, $93,000 at 3% interest to generate $54 a week. Or you can go share the solution with some friends and see if they can share with some friends and start generating that $54 a week without having to have $100,000 in the bank. Now take that, extrapolate that all the way down to the bottom. You'd have to have almost $1 million in the bank to generate $5,000 a week, right?
And the tax deductions from, yeah, I think the other thing that Jill and I wanted to mention is how, you know, you've shared with me, and I've seen it at my own business, that you are in business, so there are tax deductions for the 100 BV a month and the ability to do this.
Yeah, that's actually a big deal. So when you first get started, right? When you first get started, you might not be generating a ton of income at the very beginning, but if you're in business for yourself and you're accruing legitimate deductions, you can end up getting more value out of your tax deductions than you can out of your income in the beginning, right? Because you end up with a loss in some cases. Let's say you decided to go out and do this business. I don't want to scare you that you're going to lose money, but you decided to go out and do this business and you decided to buy a new laptop, right? Or some new technology to support you, or you designated some space in your house to be your home office, right? Those are expenses that could get filed on your tax return that can generate a loss, which what it means is you get more money back on your taxes. Or you can essentially, if you think about it, when you travel to go do presentations, and you are smart enough to pick spots that you want to travel to anyways, you go, you know, and the power of social media is amazing. You can meet people on social media, and you can then travel to, let's say I wanted to, you know, travel to San Francisco. I can use social media. I can connect with people in San Francisco. I can say, hey, I'm going to come out and do a presentation for you and help you grow a team out there. Well, I'm essentially traveling with pre-tax dollars, because my travel, my airplane ticket, my hotel, you know, if I'm going legitimately to do business there, is a business expense. That means it comes off the top before it gets taxed. So talk to the person that brought you to this call about that. it's pretty incredible what you can create with the tax benefits of home-based business. Weekly pay. If you want money now, quick, then you want to enroll with packs that generate, you can generate daily pay actually. If you really want the cash quick, you can enroll with a premium pack or a value pack. That gets paid right away. The PIB on that gets paid right away. Otherwise, our compensation, our commissions get calculated weekly. We get paid 1 week in arrears, and we get paid on Monday afternoon, right? They're calculated, commissions are calculated as of midnight, Sunday midnight EST, and we're paid 1 week in arrears. And you can view your information in the back office. We do them. All right, I got to speed it up. 5 steps to success: associate, consultant, manager, director, and executive, right? So I think that, I don't know, do we want to, let me get your opinion. I can keep going and this will be a long compensation call, or I can break this into 2 parts. I'm gonna leave it up to the people. Let's vote, because I probably have another 15 minutes. Anybody want to vote?
I think it's been good so far. I think you break it up into 2, and we can take some questions and some general, because there's been some really good pieces. You can touch on you share, they share real quick, and then we go on to some Q&A.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mike. So here you go. You share, they share. This is the basic foundation of our compensation plan. It's you plus 2. You plus 2 people. So you share with 2 people. That's what activates you. You get, that's what gets you participating in the compensation plan and collecting cycles. Now you participate in the compensation immediately when you enroll your first person, because you get your product introduction bonus, right? The second person activates your ability to calculate and grab those cycles. So this is you sharing with 1 person on your right and 1 person on your left. In this model, this person enrolled with a value pack. And so the double PIBs they got was $400, plus they got that $50 consultant bonus, which currently right now, if you do this, if you go consult within your first 14 days, right now it's $150. Normally it's $50. So this is what you share, they share looks like. And this is what happens when you share and then they share. So you shared with your 2 people, now they shared with 2 people. And when that happens, and it happens within 60 days of you starting, you're gonna get like this is showing it with double PIBs, right? So I'll keep going with that model, but I'll strip it out too. If you enroll the people with value packs, you're gonna get $450 for your first 2 people. And then when they each find 2 people, you're gonna get an additional $200. And if you do it in your first 60 days, you're gonna get an additional $250. So in this model, enrolling with value packs and not counting any cycles you might get, that's $900. Now, if you're not enrolling with value packs, let's just say you do the spend redirect model and you're enrolling people with 100 BB. Well, then you're not getting a product introduction bonus. So we would take $400 off the top of that, but you're setting them up for really ordering the things they're going to order every month. I think you're setting them up for retention and success for sure. So if you're doing that, if you're following the spend redirect model, you're not going to get double PIBs, and that's okay. And so in this model, that would be $500 total that you would get for you share, they share. And I'm going to end it here. Once you get to the point, again, rank advancement bonuses that I went over, once you go all the way up, not only is it worth, now keep in mind, when I first started, none of these bonuses were available. You didn't get rank advance. I did not get a bonus for going consultant, for manager, for director. I might have gotten something for executive. I don't even think we had 2-star and 3-star at that point. We might have had 2-star, but no director, no executive, no director, no consultant, no manager. We didn't have any of those bonuses. Now we have $10,000 worth of bonuses and really cool, amazing prizes. I mean, like Ray-Ban sunglasses is one of the rank levels, and a Louis Vuitton purse is one of the things, and Tumi luggage, and like crazy awesome gifts for levels of rank advance. So $10,000 plus all of that, right? And right here you see one of the first bonuses people earn after PIVs and after getting their consultant bonus is when they cycle 5 times. Cycling 5 times is going to give you, you can do it twice and you get $250 at both times. So that's one of my favorite starting bonuses. And we're going to end here so that this is bite size, and then we're going to tackle the rest of, we'll call it Comp Plan 102 in another call. Does anybody have any questions or want me to go back to any of the screens to really try to wrap their head around what was happening?
Dawn?
Go ahead, Jill.
Oh, just recently, and I actually posted in the comments, and then Jackie said it too. I said, it was probably a week or two ago, we were talking about the reentry model, that you can max out a center. And I always knew you could reenter and start a new business center, but I thought actually until you recently said it, that it meant
I'm sorry, you cut out. You said you thought it meant what?
I didn't realize that I actually could build on a completely maxed out business center and only build one more leg to then create all that revenue once again. That it was, I didn't understand that before.
Isn't that crazy? I mean,
it's crazy.
It's you've done a lot of work to max out your center, and now you get to earn all of that, and you get paid on it again up here. Like, it's insane.
No. So that's something that I didn't realize I didn't get until just 2 weeks ago. So there's always something. And I also posted that we're lucky that you are a master strategist on the compensation plan, so that even if I don't understand it, when you tell me what to do and where to put people, you're making sure that I'm maximizing it.
Yeah. And the other thing that we didn't talk about, one of my favorite things, and we'll talk about it really quick, is the spouse double dip, right? Right, Mike? Mike is a prime example of the spouse double dip. So any of you, just kind of the same concept. So if you have a spouse and you enroll your spouse, right? If you're strategic about how you place people under them, then you can set it up so not only do you get paid on all your hard work, but they get paid on your hard work too. So that when you enroll somebody, your spouse gets paid and you get paid. And if you've got a kid in there too, at one point, I think I had 4 in a row. I had my husband, my son, and my other son. So when I enrolled somebody, all 4 of us got paid on that same order. It was a good day in the family. Every time I said, hey, I enrolled somebody, everybody, we all made money. It's really cool the way the comp plan is set up. So it's one of my favorite things to do to help people be strategic about creating their tree and maximizing the compensation opportunity, not only in the spouse position and the double dipping, but also with the leadership pools, where it is the most amazing and easiest money in the company, honestly. So we're really strategic about that, and we can really generate a lot from this compensation plan. Does anybody else have any questions?
That was great, Dawn. And I think the bigger thing for everybody to take away is that you have people here to help you. Like, you're a master at the leadership pool, so you don't have to know that. The computer generates your cycles already, so you don't have to know that. The one thing I was talking to somebody the other day, and they had like 300 people underneath them and hadn't enrolled anyone yet. So I get that a lot. How in the world do I have 300 people under me? And how does that work? So what's your best way to explain that?
Well, I recently, going back to the rewards points, right? Because a lot of people have these notions about what it means, again, to do the business. And they think they're going to be hounded by somebody, and they're scared. And they think they know what it means to do the business, and they don't want any parts of it. So if you say to them, listen, you have been ordering, you've been busy getting healthy, and while you've been getting healthy, I have continued to share with other people, and they're all under you, and you are eligible to get paid on every single thing they purchase, even though you had nothing to do with them coming on board. That excites a lot of people. When they hear they can get paid on somebody else's work, they're like, oh, what? Really? And all they have to do to accrue that volume, again, it's like frequent flyer points, right? As long as you are placing your 100 BB order a month, you're meeting the requirement, 100 BB order a month, and you're active as an associate, you're going to accrue all those points, and they'll keep building up and building up until you start cashing them in. It's a beautiful thing, honestly.
Well, no, yeah, and it's that you don't ever lose them as long as you're ordering your 100 BV a month, and it goes to infinity. They don't block you. I know that some compensation plans, after 3 or 5 or 7 different generations of people, it continues forever with Isagenix. And that, as a nerd, that is really powerful, because I plan to be here forever, and it just keeps building, and people I don't even know now are ordering products, and it's a pretty cool thing to be a part of, just because I said yes and shared it with other people.
I agree 100%. Okay, so we're going to wrap up the call so we don't go too far, and then we will come back with the rest of this, the rank advancement bonuses, the leadership pools, kind of the next level up of the compensation plan. But hopefully this was the basics. The cycles confuse people, where to place people confuses people, like that whole left-right thing confuses people. Hopefully this was that first step in wrapping your head around it. Don't make it complicated. Don't think you have to learn all this. Really, the computer does most of the work, and as long as you're engaged with your sponsor or your team leader and you're checking in with them and just saying, hey, I just put somebody in, can you check and make sure they're in the right place? You don't have to understand all this. Really and truly, you don't. So I'm going to sign off, and I am really glad that you all got on the call. Signing off, and be back next week.
Thanks, Dawn.
Thanks, everybody.